Welcome, everybody, to another episode of CasonPoint. I am your host, Jason Cason. We're on a special episode today. I got my guy, my brother from another mother, a guy that I've known forever, grew up as kids playing football, basketball. Actually, I still think I have that travel team basketball sweatshirt when your dad coached us. Uh,
Wow,
but
that's throwback.
this guy, Jonathan Davis, JD, my guy, we're going to talk a little bit about what he's done with the game of basketball and how it's kind of helped him in his life and go from there. So, JD, how you feeling today? Feeling good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you having me on, man. And I'm always down to talk about anything that could benefit someone else,
Hell
especially
yeah,
younger
dude.
generation.
Well, I
You know,
appreciate
we,
you coming on because you might not know this, but you're a big deal, dude. Having you on
nah,
is
nah,
this is going to bring the spotlight on the show. This is the shining
it's
moment.
it's been like this since what Vikings fourth grade, third grade, second
Heck yeah,
grade,
dog. Yep.
way back.
Yep.
What's it called? Um, Six Flags.
Oh,
Six
dude,
Flags.
remember that?
Still got that picture, bro.
Yeah,
I still have the
that's
picture.
awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I still have
Yeah,
it, man. So,
we did a lot of
or
stuff. We had Six Flags. We did that Harlem Globetrotters game. That was a
about
lot.
that too.
That was a lot of stuff.
We
It
were
was
out
a,
there.
I think I did Six Flags for my birthday like 5 years in a row. I was not
I'm
creative at all.
not gonna lie though, man. Like the last year we went, maybe like seventh, eighth grade, they just were like, "Hey, man, like you're not getting on. You're too tall." And I had to sit. I remember I sat and watched guys went on like Riddler's Revenge, and they were like, "Listen, if you want your head to be on your shoulders, you should probably sit off over
Yep.
to the side."
Yep. I was actually
But it's funny.
scrolling through old pictures and I saw I can't remember whose birthday it was, but someone had, or it was like the end of the year party for like Hollow Hills or whatever. And you and me balling up against some other kids. You see my little fat self dishing you the rock. Oh
Giving out
man.
buckets, yes, sir. Of course,
Dude,
of
me,
course.
you, Blair, Padovic, we dominated the Hollow Hills playground.
Ben was on that team too.
Yep.
T Will. Yeah,
Yep.
man, we had a nice little squad, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
we did. Whooped up
It
on
was,
Gretzky's kid.
I remember that too. I remember that too. We had
That
to.
was
He was
awesome.
in the way.
Yeah,
He was in the
for
way.
sure. Yeah, we had goals. So, Simi High, right? That's where we balled out. That's where we made a name for ourselves.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
What
man.
what schools came calling?
Man, I had a very interesting experience. So, actually, when I was ninth grade, I kind of just popped onto the scene, and I had a lot of random schools at first, and then became a lot crazier. And I didn't realize how big it was getting. I had UCLA, Arizona State, USC, and I remember just being a kid happy to be playing because I had injured myself not too long ago, and once I was able to play again, everyone's just like, "Who is this guy?" I didn't even play. Believe it or not, I didn't even play my freshman year. I played like the last. I played. I got moved up to varsity for playoffs, but I played maybe like 2 or 3 JV games because I sat out the whole year with injury. So once I was
Dang.
able to play again, I was like, "All right, let's see what I can do." And then I get in the mix with these guys that are pretty good. And I remember going to the double pump camps and all these different situations, and I held my own, man. So schools were definitely calling envelopes, mail when they used to do that. I feel like it's all email and Instagram DMs now, but
Yep.
I have a lot of that still. It's pretty cool experience, man.
So why DC? It was George Washington. Is that where we initially went?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why them?
GW was very interested in me and always felt like I could be the guy that um, not only helps out the team but education wise. I mean, my dad is a rocket scientist, so
Yeah, your dad's a genius.
so that is really good school. And then at the same time, I'm playing really great competition in the Atlantic 10. It was a little bit crazier than it is now, definitely, but it was just one of those things. And it's in Washington D.C., so I feel like I had been in LA my whole life, and I just kind of wanted to be on my own, be by myself, and kind of go through that process of just finding myself and growing up, man.
Nice.
Um, yeah, no, it was monuments everywhere. My campus was about 5 minutes from the White House, so it was
Dang.
pretty crazy to see. It was awesome, man.
I feel like
So
they'd have to do that though if they were gonna be George Washington University.
yeah, You gotta have that in the
You gotta
backyard.
have that
It
in the
was actually pretty tragic though. When somebody was late and we had to run to the White House and back, it was about like 20 degrees, 15 degrees. And you got to make it in time. So it's only the negative um, while being out there. But no, it was awesome. Man.
That's awesome. And then, so what year did we, because you transferred, right, to American University? Is that what it was?
Yes, sir. So I ended up transferring my sophomore year, going into my junior year. It was just a situation, man, where basically I had gotten recruited by someone, a different coach, and he ended up getting fired in July. And
Oh, wow.
if you're basketball savvy, you know, in July is pretty much the end of the viewing period for NCAA. So I'm not going to go back out on the circuit and play. So it's one of those things where, looking back on it, maybe it wasn't the best decision, but you live and you learn. And I'm here to try and convey that message to anybody else that is going through that. Just take your time and step back and kind of see the options that you do have. Because if you're confident in yourself, someone's gonna find you. Especially now. But for me, it was just, oh my God, like I'm at this school, it's great. I'm gonna just stick it out and see what happens. And just the coaching style wasn't really, what the original coach had for typical college basketball, college sports. So, oh, little man right there. Yes, sir.
Zay, you want to come say hi? Okay, come say hi to JD. No,
No, no, not today.
he wanted to help me hang up the fan in the office, and I did it while he was napping. So now he's all bummed that I did it without him.
Next time, next time.
Where's mom? Go get her. Go get mom. If you're gonna come over here, you got to say hi then.
Hey, I gotta see what up.
Hey, what are you doing? In his own world.
Hey, that's that young shy.
Oh yeah.
Honest.
Which is weird
Normal.
because you go to a grocery store and he's like trying to have a conversation with every single person that walks by. But then
in
when you
person,
actually like introduce him to someone, then he's like,
I don't want to say anything hiding behind you. I know how it goes.
You're crazy, bud. You're crazy. Okay, so we transfer.
Yeah.
How was that transition? Like I've never, obviously the only feeling I know of transitioning in sports was leaving California to Idaho and having to adjust to
Right.
the different style that people play and the different level of competition. Because coming from California, you're getting the best of the best. And then I come here to Idaho and you got kids that are very good. Just they have that untapped potential because you don't have, these ex pro players coming to coach you. You have guys that grew up here in the system that know a system and just teach you that. How is it transitioning from one university to the other and kind of creating chemistry with a new group of guys?
No, yeah. I mean, it was at first it was a little challenging just because I was at the stage where I didn't know GW to American is a different. It's like pretty big gap as far as competition goes. But then you mature and you realize like, hey, like I'm doing this because I believe it's the best decision for me. And the guys were awesome. The guys were super cool. And then the coach was ex-assistant at Georgetown, so he'd coached D1. He's still high major guy, and Georgetown's a prestigious university. So when he got over to American, it was like kind of like the same caliber at GW. So it took a little bit of time. Campus was a lot smaller, but you just live and you grow and you go through those things. And I don't think anything can prepare you for them. But it was definitely different. But I wouldn't trade it, man, because I got stuff from there and learned different things from there that can apply to real day life now. Because as a college athlete, sometimes you get kind of caught in that la la land where people do everything for you and help you, and that's not how the real world is at
No,
all.
definitely not.
So definitely some life you know memories and stuff that I'll take to the grave that definitely helped me become a man and all that. So no, it was one of the greatest. At first, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it and all that, but after doing it, great decision, man. Helped me grow as a person, definitely.
That's awesome. So did you end up graduating from American?
So I ended up graduating there, and then I had an extra year of eligibility because I did transfer. and I didn't finish. I didn't do my master's at an American. Kind of decided, I don't know, man. I kind of just, after the stuff at GW, had kind of lost the love for the game a little bit, and was contemplating on even playing. You know, a lot of people go through that too. Uh, Went through some injuries too, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, should I? I don't know. So I got talked into being able to come home and playing at Cal State LA, which is it's a D2, and it was just one of those things where I just, I felt comfortable doing it, and I was getting my master's too, and I'm like, you know what, like, what could I hurt?
Right.
So ended up over there. Great coach. The program was up and coming, and they're still trying to figure it out. They might actually make that transition to D1 pretty soon. They have the old AD that was at Syracuse, actually, believe it
Oh
or
wow.
not. So he's in there fixing stuff up, changing the culture and everything. So, but no, it was cool. It was cool, man. Because it was just, I'm back home, and it maybe wasn't the competition level that I was, originally used to, but it was more of just like a real life decision on, okay, now I'm in the real world. I could get a master's, job opportunities, relationships, stuff that you're not really taught, coming up as a college athlete, so that was definitely a positive of switching over to get my master's at Cal State LA. So
That's awesome. So
cool.
then from there, where did that take
Yeah.
you?
Man, so from there, ended up graduating, which was cool, awesome, man. And I get a call randomly from my assistant coach. He's like, "Hey, dude, do you want to go to China and coach over there through USA Basketball?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I've never really been to China or even out the country, really, let alone China." And I would like always wanted to go, but I just was like, I don't know. So I talked to my parents and like, just go see if you like it, go try it, go see. This is the best time you graduated, just go check it out. So yeah, man, I ended up working at an academy through USA Basketball um, in China. Small little city. It's actually not that small, but China standards is pretty small. Chongqing, uh, very rare place, man. Very legendary place. But nah, I mean, it was a great experience. Even when I was uncomfortable, different food, no mattresses on the beds at
Dang.
first. I had to get that changed. Just people not being able to conversate with people, and then even teaching kids, and them not knowing, you not knowing if your translator is translating what you want to say. So just like a lot of different life experiences. I'm like, wow, man, like, it almost humbles you, but at the same time, you're just really thankful for what you have, even over there. And I'm brightening up kids' days. They're asking for my autograph. I'm like, I'm a nobody, man. Like, and, just stuff like that is just really, it's a wow factor. And no, it was crazy though, man. It was awesome. I went to Hong Kong for a little bit for my working visa, which was amazing. I want to go back there definitely at some point. But yeah, man, it was quite the experience. And yeah, I mean, from there, get back home, and then sports academy, man. Just got super lucky because it was actually a girl's assistant coach. She had worked for the Clippers, and I just asked her, "Hey, how did you get into this situation? Because I want to work in professional sports one day." And she's like, "Hey, I'm going to be the director of basketball at this new place they're building in Newbury Park. Um, it's called Sports Academy. Just come help me out, do the school on the weekends." So just kind of did that for a while, man, and then you know started getting more responsibility, and she started trusting me with more things, and then it just kind of blossomed, man. And obviously, um, or not obviously, it ended up changing to Mamba Sports Academy. Kobe was involved, and I mean, he's my favorite. He's my idol, favorite player. Like, just being able to be around him and everything was a dream to me. Um, so yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I mean, with the tragic events that happened, it was just tough to kind of move on from that. And I mean, it's right now, I think they did actually change it back to Sports Academy. Um,
Yeah, I read an
but
article that they were going to change the naming rights.
yeah, I think it's. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I do know it's just like a mix up on two different parties. I believe, and I think everybody just wanted the same goal, but just didn't really know how to achieve it. But without him here, it's just tough to make those decisions, man. But
So
yeah, it's
crazy.
just unbelievable, man. Still, I still have trouble understanding and comprehending it, but um, craziest thing I've probably been through, man.
So what did you do when you got brought into the sports academy? What were you doing? Were you like counseling, coaching? What were you doing?
Yeah, yeah. So originally, yeah, I was actually just kind of the assistant to the director. I would just take score at the games during the tournaments. I would basically manage throughout the week. We'd have a little program, and I'd have to sign people in, sign people out, just make sure everybody's paying and everything like that. And then actually ended up working at the front desk, man, for a while. Never imagined myself doing that, but I never had an ego or anything. I just was like, this is an awesome experience. Like, let me see how far this can go. And I ended up coaching for a little bit too, just helping training kids, and I kind of did a little bit of everything, to be honest, man. And then once things became Mamba, I was actually event manager. Had a team, and I didn't really do basketball as much, but I would help NBA guys when they came in and out, just helping them get settled. But nah, me and two other guys ran the events in there, which was super super cool. Man. We did all types of different things. So yeah, that's where
So
I ended up.
little trip down memory lane.
Mhm.
When was the first time you met Kobe and what was that like?
Man, first time I met Kobe, um, he had brought the girls down, Gigi's team, the Mamba team before their Mamba, brought them down just to check out the facility and use all of our you know the different things inside the building. And yeah, man, he came in. You see him for the first time, and it's like an aura. It's like he's just that big sun ray coming off the dude. So I'm looking at him like I don't want to like freak out, but this is the guy like modeled my whole everything around. So I remember I'd said hello to him, but it wasn't anything where I could like introduce myself. So finally, like the girls were doing yoga, and I'm done helping out for the day. He's just sitting by himself, like not even on his phone, just sitting like and just looking into the distance. What is this guy doing, dude? Like, I'm like, I gotta go say hi, man. Like this is like my chance. No one's around him, so it's me and my boy actually, and we walk up. I'm just like, "What's up, man? My name's Jonathan," and I introduce myself as JD. Like I haven't said Jonathan since probably Hollow Hills.
Right.
I'm like, "I'm Jonathan." Voice is cracking a little bit, man. I'm trying to hold it together. And he's like, "What's up, man? Like, what's up, Jonathan? Nice to meet you, man. What do you do here?" Really cool. And right off the rip, right there, it was like all the nerves and everything just went away, and it was just easy to talk to him, man. And he actually wanted to hear what me and my friend and my boy had to say, and he was even giving my boy advice because he was still playing at the time, uh, and just stuff that you wouldn't imagine him. I mean, he didn't have to say anything, and he didn't have to like really converse with us. So we talked for about 10, 15 minutes after that, man. First time I really got to meet him, and I mean, it's crazy. It was honestly crazy, man. Just how cool he was, and how how nice he was, man. It kind of blew me out the water. But ever since then, I mean, it was cool, man. Every time I saw him, he even waved me down. Like one of the last times I saw him, he saw me from across the court. He was like, "Yo, come over." So I mean, uh, it's honestly crazy, man, and surreal that I had even an opportunity, a chance to build a relationship with him. But yeah, first time was pretty crazy, man.
That's
It's
awesome.
pretty crazy.
Aside from Kobe, who
Yeah.
what other NBA players did you develop a relationship with? Did I see that you and Spencer Dinwiddie are boys? Is that what I saw?
Me and Spence played AAU ninth grade to 11th grade
Oh wow,
every year. Summer, yeah, man. So that's been my guy. Um, he's a funny dude, man. He's actually playing his tail off
he's balling
for
right now.
balling.
He's with
He's
the
gonna get
Nets,
paid.
right?
Yeah, the Nets. They're trying to throw him in some trade talks, man. The Nets are supposedly trying to get Bradley Beal, so we'll see what
Cool.
happens. But
Send him
wherever he
to
goes,
Houston. I'll take Dinwiddie in Houston all day.
I'm telling you, man, the Lakers are trying to get him too. I mean, he's
Get
a
the Lakers out of here.
you're not down with the Lake Show, bro.
You guys don't have
Oh,
enough. You have AD and LeBron. Get away from my
man,
boy Dinwiddie.
they really almost had Kawhi. Like, trust me,
Oh,
I
I
had
I
some insight.
believe it. 100% I believe it.
Crazy. That would have just been overkill. Though. It would have been ridiculous.
I
But
like Kawhi at the Clippers. I think it brings
me too.
balance to the league.
I like it a lot. It's fun to watch, and like, I'm a Lakers fan, but like just seeing all them on the same team and just be like, all right, if they don't win, it's like I don't even know what's going on. So,
Dude, Kawhi and
but yeah, I
PG
mean,
fully healthy is gonna be like
oh,
that's scary.
ridiculous. We're gonna have some troubles for sure.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm telling you, this AAU setup that they're about to have in Florida, it's about to be a different world, man. It's, everybody's gonna be very hungry and starving to play because these guys are gonna be going crazy hard. Um, so I'm excited to see. But yeah, I mean, Spence, man, AD, trying to think, Big Baby Davis, Nick Young, DeMar
Swaggy
DeRozan.
P?
Swaggy P is a legend, man. Great guy, super cool guy. Anytime we had camps, he'd come in and joke with him, and just a stand-up dude,
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
But yeah, even football guys too, like Jared Goff and Ted Gurley. I mean Todd Gurley, sorry. You'd be surprised, man. A lot of people just stick their head in there and get working, and they're all really cool people. That's the other thing. We haven't had anybody that's been acting crazy or anything, but they're very humble and just come in and get their work done. Um, but yeah, it's been pretty cool, man, to see. And we we've had NBA guys. I think the craziest situation though, we had Jay-Z in there, man.
Whoa.
In the building.
Dang.
It was about 3 years ago, where he was watching his nephew play. Uh, Super cool guy, just sat with everybody. Didn't need security or didn't need to be by himself, and he was chilling. And then Drake came, not too, well, not too long ago, but yeah, he came and got some shots up. A lot of security. um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been in and out, man, and it's been great. I'm honestly like blown away that I had an opportunity to be around them. So it's been pretty neat, bro.
That's pretty awesome. So you're still at the sports academy then?
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, we'll see, man, just because the whole Kobe situation um, took a toll on me more than, a lot of people would know. If you really know me, you know how much it took a toll on me. So it's just it has nothing to do with the sports academy. It's just kind of like, I don't know if I have the same feeling in that it had, just for me. But I know the people over there are going to do their thing regardless, and they're going to figure it out. They have some really good people over there that'll get it going in the right direction. And I mean, the facility is still amazing, 100,000 square feet, 5 basketball courts, sand pit. It's crazy, man. Doctor's office inside, integrated sports medicine. It's state of the art. So, um, we'll see what they got lined up. But yeah, man, I'm trying to see, man. I mean, my dream was to get into this league somehow, but Corona's going on. It's just a little crazy right now. But I have some stuff on my sleeve, so we'll see. We'll see what I got planned next. But
I believe in you. You got big
yeah,
sleeves. I'm sure you got a ton of stuff tucked in there.
appreciate that. Appreciate it. We'll see. We'll
So
see what we got.
what's the Corona life been? How's I mean, for the people that don't know, because there's a lot of people that don't know who you are, your family is like literally the coolest people on the face of the planet. Like,
Hey, don't hype the pops up, man. He's gonna hear this and go crazy.
I mean, I
But
know Mama Davis is, she's like the coolest person on the face of the planet. But like for real, like when I was a kid, I remember going over there and like like my parents were always really cool with all of my friends and just like tried to, let you feel comfortable. But I've never walked into another friend's house and literally felt like I was family. Like I remember
Man,
walking in and your mom just like hugs me, starts offering me stuff, and I'm just like, "You're awesome. Who are you? This is cool." And I
that
remember watching, it was your Christmas Snapchat or Instagram video of you
yeah,
guys dancing and partying, and I remember showing my wife, and I was like, "This is the family that I always talk about." These, like, they're still rocking it, like even now.
dude,
Like you have the coolest
dude.
family. So how's Corona life been? How's lockdown been with the coolest family on the face of the planet?
Man, yeah, I mean, it's been awesome, honestly, bro. I mean, I think now is a time for a lot of people where it's tough because a lot of people have friends outside of families and are really close to people that they can't see. For me, like you've been saying, my family's been number one. Ask them anything, whatever I need, we're here. We actually just sat up and talked for like hours. It was all of us watching TV and hanging out like 2 days ago, uh, and that's just what we do, man. I'm lucky, I'm blessed. My mom is crazy, but she's awesome.
Crazy.
My dad is probably the biggest turtle shell ever, but inside this house, he's crazy. And then my brother just is icing on the cake. He's a funny dude. So I'm lucky, man, because they've always my parents have always put me and my brother first with whatever it is, and that's what I'll do with my kids. But yeah, just being able to learn from them and see how they treat other people, it's my biggest takeaway. I think just becoming, once I become a father or start a family or whatever, I think those are the and your house is supposed to be the best place in the world, man. Like it's supposed to be home base,
Heck yeah,
So
sanctuary.
yeah, mom and dad are good, uh, brother's good, and yeah, we've been on that Narcos, man. Low key, been on that season 3.
Oh yeah.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Ozarks,
Ooh,
Narcos.
Ozarks. Okay. What
Yeah,
else? What
trying
else?
to put.
Netflix specialist.
Oh man, we kind of just jump around. We were on Amazon watching 000, watching The Boys. Some very interesting ones, man.
Did you
But
guys
we're
watch The
big.
Last Dance?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Just say, loved it, loved it.
That was so
Um,
awesome,
seeing that guy's competitive nature, man.
bro.
Not many like.
I had uh, I had my guy Spencer, who's a SoundCloud rapper, on my last
Yeah,
episode, and we talked about
yeah,
it. And for me, like the craziest thing was this guy had the most talent. He was more talented than anybody. He knew how to channel that talent. Like you have a lot of guys, I'm sure you see it, where there's a lot of guys that have a ton of talent. They just like, for some reason, they just can't put all the pieces together.
right,
Jordan
right.
was able to do that. And
Crazy.
to still think that that guy needed random motivation to like reach that level, like that kid that just said good game to him, but Jordan made it seem like it was a big deal and was like, this kid's talking smack, and then dropped like 40 on him the next time. And
Dude,
they're like, what was that about?
every
He's
time
like, oh, he didn't even say anything to me. I just made that up for motivation. Like
he's like, and it took it personal. Like me and my brother were joking about that. Like, don't let Jordan take it personal because he's gonna absolutely flame you. He
George
feels a
Carl
certain
not shaking his hand in the restaurant.
right. It's like I took
Bro,
that personal. Okay, okay. Yeah, nah.
Jordan
He
was another level, man.
I remember hearing about because I used to work. Sometimes we'd head down to like the Jordan store and help with like activations down there, and they would talk about like one of the guys was like super old head that's been around Jordan back in the day, and he had told us that Space Jam story, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, "There's no way, dude. Like, he's just destroying people in between shooting Space Jam." And then it's in the documentary. I'm like, "Oh man, it's real. It's
Like,
real."
how crazy is that? He's like, yo, I'll make your movie. Just build me a basketball court so I can beat up on people.
I'm in. Let's do it. That's
That's
crazy, bro.
awesome. That's so awesome.
Man.
And by the way, Space Jam for me is like top 10 sports movie.
Oh,
So to see that he was doing that, like he was filming Space Jam, but also doing Space Jam in the backyard, like that is awesome.
unbelievable. Just destroying people, trying to get the best competition and just destroy them. Um, it's really like unheard of. I don't know who's doing that or who would do that now, but Um, it's honestly like incredible. Uh,
It was cool to
yeah,
see
no,
the little piece with Kobe too, when
Kobe
Kobe
too.
was
Oh yeah,
like, what you see, I got from him. Like that's like because you saw that, and I think everyone wants to talk about Jordan or LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, who is it? But I honestly, if there was anyone that was as close to Jordan as possible, it was Kobe, because he had that competitive edge. I mean, LeBron's very laid back, and he can get to that point, but once Kobe put his sneakers on the court, it, he
oh
was
dude,
he was a different person. LeBron can still be LeBron, dapping up his friends and all that. Like even Kobe, like tip off, he'll shake your hand, but he's got that face. Like,
he's not playing games.
yeah,
Like he's
no.
trying to. I'll tell you a story. I remember we went down and helped coach the girls, Kobe's team, and this is after like before he used to really get after the girls. Like he used to go in, and I don't know if you see some of the videos, but he kind of mellowed out. But we're helping out with practice, and he stops it, and there's like I think there's like a 14-year-old girl, and he's like, you guys aren't going anywhere in your moves. So he like fully gets into triple threat mode. There's this little Kobe shake, and the girl's trying to guard him. He's just driving by her and doing. I just he's like, she can't guard me, and me and my boy are like, yeah, Kobe, like, come on, man, like, what are you saying right now? And that's just who he was, though, man. He just was like a monster, regardless. He didn't mean it in any disrespect, but it was just like, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna go at you, and I'm gonna go every single time, 100%. And
Well, I can
I
only
think
imagine if you have to get to that competitive level in your life, it's
right,
not an easy switch to shut off
no,
once you're in there.
no, not at all, because you can't just take that away. That becomes who you are and what you believe in, and it's just your lifestyle after some point. So I mean, yeah, man, you would be surprised though. Like when I had an opportunity, Kobe invited like the top guys to work out over at Mamba. It was like Kawhi, PG, Kyrie. It was honestly like watching the All Star game. I'm sitting on the floor and Kobe's coaching, so it was ridiculous for me. But like even that type of stuff, like you could see he wanted to like get involved, but he had reached a point where he was trying to give advice and not really get into it that much. But you could kind of still see that switch like ready to go at some point. But nah, he just a monster, man. Um, I don't know if we'll ever see that type of competitiveness for a while, or I mean, of course, LeBron is a competitor, 100%, but it's just different. It's a different type
It's a
of.
different level
I like the Magic comparisons more than I like the Jordan comparisons to
for
Bron.
LeBron.
Just
100%. 100%. I totally agree with
makes
that.
more. I mean, just makes more sense, man. The dude is unbelievable. Like
Yeah,
he's
and that takes
unbelievable.
nothing away from LeBron. I mean, Magic's one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Like,
Exactly.
we're not saying LeBron, you're not Jordan, you're more like Magic, you suck. We're saying, hey, you're not like the number one guy ever. You're like the number two guy ever. Like,
Right.
ever. I don't know if you've ever looked at how many people have played in the NBA, but you're like number two. But like,
There
I
you
don't
go.
understand the disrespect there. There's not disrespect.
Right.
There's no
Not at all.
disrespect at all. And I think if you were to take Kobe's competitiveness out of it, I don't think
Oh yeah.
Kobe's as great as what he
No.
was. He drove himself to be that great.
No way. No way, man. I mean, I'll tell one more story, man. He told us this like when we first really like met him. He said after that series, I think it was the first year after the series at Utah. Obviously he had shot those air balls, but he told us like in training camp, he's like, one day I just wanted to run 99 suicides, 99 ladders. And you're like what?
Huh?
Say that again? It's like, nah, I did. I felt like I needed to run 99 ladders because just to see what I could do, like my personal, like, I can get it done. So he says he gets it done. Uh, like he said like 3 hours, but he's like, I don't really remember, but it was like probably like 3 hours. So he's like, I get it done, do 100 suicides. He said his teammates come in complaining that their legs are sore from the day practice before. He's like, at that moment, I just knew. I knew I was competing with myself. These guys weren't on my level. They weren't. I was competing with those guys, and I'm just like this guy is different, man. And you know,
100%.
even no names involved, but like we had a lot of pre-draft guys, a lot of talented dudes over at the academy. So we had like a program where the kids would, before going to the draft, they come to our facility and train and eat the right things, and just go through the same thing that they would training at an NBA facility before they get drafted, stay in shape and everything. But surprising, man. Like a lot of guys, because I would have to let a lot of them in. They want to get extra shots up before or after. You would be surprised, man. Not too many guys really have that hunger that you saw with him. I know he's a freak of nature, but I think that's one thing that really stood out. Like that's all he wanted to do. You know,
Yeah.
that's even you could say even after he was done playing, that's all he wanted to do because he was coaching Gigi every 5 seconds. So
Right. Now,
that was
did
just,
did you? I'm assuming you got to see Gigi play.
oh yeah, yeah, man.
So I've seen videos. I know some people that have had kids that have played against her, and
Mhm.
how they've told me how much of a baller she is. Like, briefly, tell me how much of a savage this Gigi was.
I mean, man, she had just that figured out that like when your body kind of goes to that stage, like the awkward stage, she just grown. Her arms were super long, like she could palm a girl's ball too at
Dang.
her age, and
I can't
you
even
could
palm a girl's ball. These fat hands.
was like, I saw her do it. I'm like, what? Um, and she just started turning that corner. On being the one that was taking those shots, turnaround fadeaways. It's comfortable, man. You when you reach that stage of like, okay, like I belong here. And I mean, dude, she was gonna be unbelievable. And Kobe would talk her up, but just dad. But nah, Gigi was ahead, dude, for sure, for
That
sure.
crossover is nasty. When I
She
saw
was
that
running
crossover, I was like, dude, that's better than mine's ever been.
she was running the one too, man. So you don't know how much taller she would have gotten and all that. It's just unbelievable, man. But nah, I think outside of basketball too, she's like unbelievable, just human being. Anytime we would help her like bring sandwiches or whatever it was, she always say thank you, appreciate it. Really really nice girl. And it's just still crazy, man. But nah, she was a truth, man. She was gonna be serious. So
Crazy.
hopefully, one of the youngest ones picks it up, man. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Hopefully,
That'd be pretty
yeah.
dope. That'd be dope. Like 10 years from now, seeing a Bryant balling again. I think that'd be a
The middle one is
tribute.
Kobe too, right? The
What?
youngest one.
I did not.
It was Capri Kobe Bryant.
Dang.
Crazy, man.
Dude,
So
she's gonna go to like UConn, then change her name to Kobe and just ball out. Just
crazy with that.
ball out. I can see it.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
And it's crazy how everything happened, but it's still like, it leaves you just some sense of hope, knowing that, there's two young ones that might want to pick it up at some point. But
It was
it's
pretty
tough.
crazy. Like, even from here, obviously I wasn't there, but from here to see like the outpour of people. Like, I did a podcast. I don't know why. Like, I'm not an emotional person. I'm like, I don't show my emotions very often. And I was not a huge Kobe fan. Like, back when we were playing, like, um remember Hyman?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he had the Adidas in, and I remember I
Right.
got the Kobe ones, the Kobe twos. Like, I was like, let's go. And
Yes.
I had the 8 jersey, like the Lakers were my squad. And I don't know, man. Like, I still to this day get people ask me, they're like, you grew up in the area. Why
Mhm.
weren't you a Lakers fan?
Right.
And I think I've never been one to follow the mainstream. And I think
Right.
when like the Lakers took, dude, I remember my dad watching my dad that 2000s finals and just
Mhm.
watching how stoked he was that the Lakers were dominating again. that was really cool for me, but I never like I wasn't like, oh yeah, the Lakers are winning.
Right.
And I was always like I loved a player. I loved Kobe. I loved T Mac. T Mac ended up really being my guy, and that's kind of why I jumped onto the Houston bandwagon.
Sure.
But no, not really like falling in love with the game of basketball because of guys like Kobe, but never really like putting my heart and soul into following Kobe. Watching everything that happened and seeing everyone react and the
Right.
outpour and like people that are stopping their day because of what happened and how it hit them so hard, like
Mhm.
I couldn't even handle myself. I was crying watching stuff. I reached out to you because I knew that you were a part of all of it, and like I was just
Yep.
like, dude, I don't understand how something like this happens, first of all, and second of all, like this is crazy. Like this is like Martin Luther King stuff. Like
Honestly,
the outpour
honestly.
was insane. I remember watching your Instagram video of you walking up to the academy like a couple days after and just
Uh,
all the balloons and the flowers and the like
yep.
insane. That was insane.
Yeah, man. I mean, I actually wasn't even at the academy that day. We were out of town doing an event, a football event in Orlando. Um, and you just we sat down. We were actually headed to the Pro Bowl, believe it or not, to a network. Yeah, so
Big
we were on the
time.
way there, and we got some food, and one of the guys that we were working with just pulls out his phone. He's like, "This has to be fake," right? I'm like, "This is for sure fake." Like it was a TMZ one. I'm like, "This isn't real." And then like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes later, dude, like all of our phones just started going off, going off, going off. People from the academy, and I'm like, no way, dude, no shot. And yeah, it was just honestly like, just it didn't feel real. And then I turn on the news, and then it's like I know exactly. I drive over there, like I know where this is at. Like, nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And the day before, like my buddies, um, some of my buddies I had working for me were kind of just like looking after him everything. And like the day before, they just took videos with them, and we're just hanging out, and like just to just to hear him be like, "All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow," and then this happens is just like unreal, bro. Um, Still to this day, I just don't know. But yeah, I was in Orlando. We caught like the next flight home, and then even to see like we had our gear on, like walking through the airport, people were just like, "Hey man, so sorry," and like it just was crazy, man. But yeah, still unbelievable for real, man. Still unbelievable because not just Cole, but we got a chance to build a relationship with the girls on the team, or two other girls, and I say hello to all the parents whenever they were there, and it's just a weird, like they're not here anymore, and I'm lucky to not ever have to. I've never really been through any like tragedy like that in my life, so it's kind of like the first thing of like first time. I'm just like, all right, well, like, what's next? Like, how does this work? So
Mhm.
it took me a while, man, because I wasn't okay for a while, man. But still trying to figure it out. But it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things where just wish something was different that morning.
Right. For sure.
Is what it is, man.
I was in
It's
the
what it
same
is.
boat because I remember my sister to actually we went over to my parents' house and we were having breakfast or something,
Yeah,
and we were just talking about um Gianna. I don't remember how the conversation came
really.
up, but we were just talking about her, and I remember we were driving home, and as soon as we got home, my sister texted me and she's like, "This isn't real, right? This is a joke." And obviously having a sports podcast, your family like thinks you're an insider. I'm not an
Right,
insider. I literally just speak what's in my brain. I don't know
right,
people that give me information, but they
right.
immediately were like, "Is this real? Is this real? Is this real?" And so I start digging into it, and all I'm finding is TMZ, and like, there's no way this is real. This is not real. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, just boom, 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 all these things start popping up. And then I'm like, wait a minute, did this really just happen? Like, this couldn't have just happened. And then all my friends that were all diehard Kobe fans just start hitting me up like, bro, did you hear what happened to Kobe? Did you hear? Like, my buddy Andrew that I work with, diehard Kobe fan, like, he was just like, bro, what? And what was crazy for him is he just had a daughter. So, like, this whole girl dad thing that was going down, he was just like, dude, it was hitting him even harder. So it was like,
Couldn't even,
I can't even imagine like what that was like. And
I
like,
mean,
I think
I wasn't there, but I know a couple of my boys were there, and they got the news, and then because there was games going on, they were headed to the game, um, and then everybody just you just hear like the ball stopped dribbling, no one says a word. They gathered in prayer, said a prayer, and then that was that. Shut it down. But it was just more or less like you just hear it, and then after you see it and everything, you're just like, all right, well, like he's good, right? Like he jumped out or whatever, you just don't think. I mean,
he's
that's just
super
how you think.
competitive. He found a way to land, right? Yeah.
Or like like safely like let everybody else make it and he win. Like I don't know. You just don't think like that would happen at all. So it's been crazy, man. It's definitely been crazy. But um, for me, it's almost inspired. Um, kind of just you take life for granted, and every day you kind of do the same thing and just get used to what you're doing. But it's just had me doing things that I wouldn't necessarily do. Like just going to the beach and just like being out there by myself and just looking at the ocean. Just stuff that like I would never have done, or like getting to those books that I said I was gonna read like 2 months ago and just knocking them out. Um, I even changed my diet, man. Like I'm in way better shape. Working at the gym too. I was putting on the pounds, man. But
Well, I
just
mean, you got in and
getting
out, you got Tommy's, you got, I mean, it's hard not to.
quick. But no, just really committing to something. I've been eating a lot healthier and getting the jogging and whatever, and just committing to that because you just don't know. And I know he wanted everybody to kind of just go and be their best self and improve on that every single day. And that's what he did, man. I mean, the dude slept 3 hours a day. Like it's confirmed. Like he's a
It's confirmed.
maniac. He's legit. So just stuff like that, man. Telling people how you feel or like you love them or your friends or whatever, because it's just like you never even know. So definitely, definitely sparked a little bit more of aggression to just getting everything in order, getting my stuff right. Um, but yeah, man, it's still the craziest story
Nuts.
ever.
So
Um,
nuts. Well, I'll let you go back to your fam. But before I do,
yeah,
so I want to ask you, out of all the experiences that you've done, everything that you've been a part of,
yeah.
what is the one lesson you've learned that you're going to take on for the rest of your life, that you're going to pass on to your kids? What have you
Ooh,
learned that you're going to keep that message going?
I'd probably say everything I've been through, the transfers and all that stuff, and you know, um, I'd say probably just run your own race and don't worry about anybody else. And I know it's hard to really believe in, but I think comparing situations and even being on Instagram and seeing what this person has and that person has, I think we get lost in that, man. I think our generation is you see it and they want it and it's quick. You don't really like you never really like see the struggle and the pain and all of that and realize when you're going through that, that's probably like the best part because you look back on it, you're like, I really did that. So I'd say like embrace that, embrace the hard times, embrace people, you know, kind of putting you down and all that because it's only going to make you stronger, and then you bounce back and you feel really good about yourself that you actually got that done. And sometimes you're not always going to get it done. If you try your hardest and the best you can, I can live with that. So definitely, I'd say, man, just worry about yourself, do what you can do every single day, be the best person you can be, and I think everything else will kind of follow suit. Um, but yeah, man, I think comparison not the greatest thing, man. So always try and better yourself individually. You know.
Heck yeah.
You know?
All right, brother,
So,
man. Well, I really do appreciate you coming on. When this whole coronavirus thing blows over, I'll come down and we'll hang
my
out.
brother,
I'll
that's a bet.
I'll whoop you one on one.
Hey, that I feel like that's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you, man. I don't even know if I can dunk anymore. Like,
Shut
I'm,
up.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It might
You
be. I
can
might
literally
go out
grab
and
the rim just standing, but I can't dunk anymore. All right. Try being 5'7",
hey,
bud. Try being 5'7".
hey,
I haven't dunked in my life. Except
you
on
might have to Nate
the
Robinson one
hoops.
time.
Bro, when those hoops that you can adjust, game changer. Game
That's when you drop a
changer.
free throw line. I see it, bro. I already know. I already know,
That's
man.
it, dude. Everyone asks me like when I played here, everyone's like, "How do you like? Why do you shoot so far away?" Like, do you know who my dad is? Like, my dad was the guy that if you were playing 1-on-1 and you went up by 5, homeboy's like, "All right, make it or take it," and just starts backing you down. So I had to learn to keep backing up and just hitting threes further and
That
further and
older
further.
game.
That's all it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
Dude,
Nah,
my buddy
hey,
still has a scar from when my dad just started backing him down. Dude, my dad was
the
ruthless,
older
man.
game is too real. Hey, man, three is more than two. So
That
shoot or
facts,
shoot.
facts.
Let it
Hey, if they
fly.
didn't introduce a 4-point shot, I might go pro.
Hey, bro, we got the contract for you. I know some people. We can make that
Heck
happen.
yeah, let it happen, make it happen. All right, man. Well, give the family some love, and I'll hit you up. We'll definitely get together.
Definitely. Tell the fam I said hello too, brother.
Oh, I definitely will. Most certainly will. All right, man. Will you take it easy? Be well.
Okay. Thanks for having me, bro.
Hey,
Say.
absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this special episode of Case in Point. Thank you again to JD for being an awesome co host for this episode. He was amazing. Pretty cool stories, some awesome things to dive into. He's not wrong. This AAU style of basketball for the NBA is going to be extremely interesting. For those of you that aren't aware of what's going on and kind of what we were talking about, the NBA is trying to come back. They're working out contract deals and everything that's going on. And basically, what their plan is to open up Walt Disney World, and they're going to do games there. Basically, we're not sure schedule wise, but kind of come out to be like 3 games a day, and they're going to space stuff out per court and basically run a playoff system and a tournament style of basketball with professional players, which is going to be insane. And it's going to really give some of the teams that shouldn't have been favorites a lot of edge. You're going to get teams like the Clippers, who are now fully healthy and have very athletic young talent. They have the edge. Teams like the Bucks, another athletic, young, talented team, they're going to have an edge. The Lakers are going to have a lot to prove, and they have, everyone's going to be healthy, and it's going to be LeBron and AD, and what can they do? The Rockets with Harden and Westbrook, you're going to have, it's going to be obviously, teams playing, but it's going to feel like a 2v2 tournament because you have 2 stars for each team, how they match up and how they are able to handle these different times. And it's going to be very cool to watch. It's going to be something that we've never seen before. So we're very lucky to be able to witness something like this. It's very humbling to be a part of all of us kind of rallying together. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And for me to be able to sit here and talk sports with one of my best friends from childhood is something that I will never forget. And for you guys tuning in, I appreciate it. And I appreciate the love. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you. And I hope you enjoy. We have a lot more to come. Sports are coming back, so we're going to have more to cover. It's going to be awesome. So thank you. And as we end every single episode, and we'll end for, times to come. We have new podcasts dropping. We have new podcasters joining the network, which is going to be happening soon. So many cool things going on, and I'll end it how we always end it. May the sports be with you. Love you, everybody.
Go Rockets.
Yeah.